Hey, this is Agent R. You are back at the couch, and it is very late, early in the morning, how you look at it, but Konami has just released new information about the last box of 2020 that we've all been waiting for. The 31st mini box, Rage of Volcano. Let's get right into it. Now, right here, here's the information directly within Duel Links. And before we hop over to the site, we want to see the reprints because this is going to tell us exactly what Konami thinks should happen or is going to happen in this new meta, this new Wild West. And it looks like, let's see, we've got Burning Spear, Laval, Lance Lord, Hazy Flame, Hippogriff, Hazy Flame, Urton, Blazing Hita, Laval Blaster, Laval Flogus, Hazy Flame Cerberus, Hazy Glory, and Hazy Flame Manticore. So Hazy Flame is on the minds of Konami. And now let's jump in here and see exactly how you can improve your meta in this new box Rage of Volcano. All right, here it is. The last box of 2020, Rage of Volcano. And it's time to ignite your fighting spirit and prove your meta and knock out your opponent with Battling Boxer. Let's take a look at the normals and let's come back up to the ultra rares and let's see what the recommendations are. All right, here we go. Hazy Glory. You can normal summon Hazy Flame monsters for one less tribute. You can send this face-up card from the field to the graveyard to target one Hazy card in your graveyard, except Hazy Glory. Add that target to your hand, okay? Blazing Hita. Once per turn, you contribute one fire monster, except this card, to special summon one fire monster from your hand. The monster special summoned by this effect is destroyed if Blazing Hita is removed from your side of the field. Okay. Laval Flogus. That card looks awesome, by the way. When this card is sent to the graveyard, all Laval monsters you currently control gain 300 attack. So the boost. Nice Pyro. Here's Blaster. When this card is normal summoned, if you have a Laval monster in your graveyard other than Blaster, you can choose a number from 1 to 5, then send that many cards from the top of your deck to the grave. This card gains 200 attack for each Laval monster sent to the graveyard to activate this effect. So it's a great mill strategy, which I'm sure plenty of you are going to abuse and take advantage of. Again, these are cards that are already in the game. We're just getting back to Manticore. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can send one fire monster except this card from your hand or face up from the side of the field to the graveyard. This card cannot be destroyed by card effects this turn, and it is a pretty oppressive combo when it actually gets going, because the purpose of Hazy Flame, or what Hazy Flame loves to do, is eventually summon from the deck, swarm the field, take control of the board. And they do it very effectively. Interested to see how they end up turning out in this meta, especially with a seed summoning. Your Cerberus. You can normal summon this card without tributing, but its original attack becomes 1000, which is not a problem for the deck. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can add one Hazy card from your deck to your hand. And that's one of the things I love about the archetype, is that a lot of the cards are just added because they're Hazy. It doesn't specify like monsters or spells or traps. It's just a Hazy card. It's pretty pog. There's Burning Spear that we saw earlier. A fire monster equipped with this card increases its attack by 400 points and decreases its defense by 200 points. So again, equips. I don't necessarily know for sure off the top what this would do right away, but I mean, it's here. Laval Lance Lord. Man, the Laval artwork is amazing. That is really cool. Like the thing, like times 10 with fire. But you can normal summon this card without triggering again. If you do during the end phase, send it to the graveyard. When this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target one of your banished fire monsters and add that target to your hand. Very nice. Alright, Periton cannot be special summoned except by a Hazy Flame monster as effect. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. There it is again. You can send one fire monster from your hands to the graveyard and tribute this card. Special summon 2 Hazy Flame monsters from your deck. And there it is. That's how they start popping off. You can only use this effect of Hazy Flame Periton once per turn. And man, this whole box, like, am I glad that Alistair the Invoker got his nerf beforehand. There's a video that I'm going to upload here soon just showcasing some of the stuff you can do with the Volcanic deck. But I mean, Purgatrio is going to have a field day in this meta, I believe. Alright, we've got Hippogriff. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. There it is again. Once per turn, you can tribute one other fire monster. This card gains 300 attack. Yo, this card is old. Like, that is like Meteor of Destruction. So there it is, the effect damage. If your opponent's life points are higher than 3,000, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. There you have it. So just get 3 of those at normal, throw them in the deck. Burn decks are here, and they're top tier. Let's go. Ukazi, you know, this is okay. They're throwing this at us. Inflict 400 points of damage to your opponent's life points. So a bunch of 5s and 4s, but stuff really adds up when you only got 4k life points. Look at Final Flame. Wow, that is painful. Inflict 300 points of damage to your opponent's life points. It looks like it would do a lot more than 300 points of damage. And he's naked. Alright, moving on. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Normals. Flame Dancer. Wow. That looks like that that spirit thing that Jack dealt with in 5Ds. Pyro Normal. This monster moves while swinging its burning rope. Wow. Living life on the edge. Anyway. Needle Burrower. Alright, there we go. Dark Machine. Dark Machines. Oh man. Something else to add with Super Team Buddy Force Unite and Desperado Barrel Dragon. When this card destroys a monster and sends it to the graveyard as a result of battle, inflict damage to your opponent's life points equal to the level of the destroyed monster times 250. I think that's the nerf when they put it in Duel Links. It's not bad. 1700 isn't anything to snuff at. There's plenty of monsters that can get taken out by it, especially in defense. KA2 Death Scissors. Another Dark Machine. When this card destroys a monster and sends it to the graveyard as a result of battle, inflict damage to your opponent's life points equal to the level of the destroyed monster times 250. So it's a weaker version of Needle Burrower. Acha-cha Archer. Say that 3 times fast. When this card is normal or flip summoned, inflict 250 damage to your opponent. On its own, it's like, you know, whatever, but it's a part of the archetype for, you know, Gaga and Dododos and that whole shenanigans. So it'd be interesting to see how that gets added in and what kind of plays you can get off of it. Flamevale Commando. That is, I love the artwork of these. Alright, so it's a pyro. This card cannot be special summoned. This card can only be normal summoned by attributing one Flamevale monster you control. Once per turn, you can remove from play one monster in your graveyard with 200 defense to inflict damage to your opponent equal to half that monster's attack. Let's see here. It doesn't say that you can't remove another one of these, so that's not bad. send it, banish it, and then deal 1100 points of damage. I mean, if you just did this on the field and 2 of these in the grave, I mean, that's over half of the opponent's life points already. Nice. Not hard to get it there either if you have the tri-card for volcanics. Alright, Flame Veil Fiend. Wow. Look at that. And the chains. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, more battle damage stuff, inflict 100 damage to your opponent for each pyro type monster in your graveyard. Alright. Hazy Flame Hydra. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects, of course. You cannot special summon monsters except fire monsters. An XC monster that was summoned using this card as an XC material gains this effect. When it is XC summoned, you can target one Hazy Flame monster in your graveyard, attach that target to this card as an XC material. Wow. Huh. That's not a bad effect at all. Be interesting to see what we've got up there at the top that you would want to abuse this with. And this was level 6. So more level 6s. Man, what is this? What is this? Battling Boxer Shadow. That's cool. That is cool. Alright, warrior support. There it is. Alright, so let's see. During your main phase, we only got one of those. You can detach one XC material from a Battling Boxer XC monster you control. And if you do special summon this card from your hand, that's sweet. You can only use this effect of Battling Boxer Shadow once per turn. Not bad. I'm trying to think about the potential of it. I mean, I don't know about Battling Boxers. I'm very interested, especially from this artwork here. But that's a nice effect to be able to summon from the hand like that. Battling Boxer Big Bandage. Oh, sir, you look like you lose a lot. Let's see. Once per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. Alright, I mean, you know, you hang in there. You're tough. Once per turn, you can target one Battling Boxer monster in your graveyard or one of your banished ones that has a level. That means it can't be an Exceed monster. All Battling Boxer monsters you currently control become that monster's current level. Wow. That's like that heroic monster that has 0 attack and defense. Like when it's in the graveyard, you can use its effect when it is tributed, and I think like everything on the field becomes level, I think level 1. Level 1 or 2. Well, that's not bad at all. I mean, that's essentially what, I mean, there's a lot more involved, but it's similar to what Shark does with Territory of the Sharks, being able to manipulate everybody's level on the board at once. Within the archetype. Battling Boxer Rib Gardener. So you're a Gardener monster, so of course you have more defense. During either player's turn, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard. Hand trap. Then target one Battling Boxer monster you control. Banish it until your next standby phase. That is a nice... So it's either player's turn. It doesn't say it's a quick effect, but I mean, if it works that way, I mean, this is a good way to dodge something like Karma Cut in a meta where like Karma Cut is one of the most used cards in the game. It is the #1 trap used. Battling Boxer Glassjaw. That is not a bad attack, sir. When this card is targeted for an attack, destroy this card. What? Got 2000 attack. When this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, I guess its own, You can target one battling boxer monster in your graveyard, add that target to your hand. Okay, so you're just pulling that back out of the graveyard. Okay. Jolt counter. Oh, he just died. Look at that. Look at that hit. During the battle phase, when a spell or trap card or monster effect is activated while you control a battling boxer monster, negate the activation if you do destroy that card. So okay, so they have a counter trap for the archetype. During the battle phase specifically. That's really cool. That's really cool. Especially with Witchcrafters, I think making a return in this format, that's definitely going to help with Madame Vere. Alright, Hazy Pillar. That looks cool too. Looks like a Bob Ross painting. You can normal summon Hazy Flame monsters for one less tribute. Continuous spell, okay. Once per turn, you can target one face-up Exceed monster you control, attach a Hazy Flame monster from your hand or your side of the field to that Exceed monster as a material. This is really interesting. There's a lot of moving parts to free up. That's how I see this. They're freeing up space on the board by letting you move things around through other cards so you continue the assault, especially with Hazy, because getting a lot of them on the board, activating, beat down the skill and then just swinging over everything is how they work. Laval Judgment Lord. It's like Judge Dredd. Once per turn, you can banish one Laval monster from your graveyard. Inflict 500 damage to your opponent, okay? It cannot declare an attack the turn this effect is activated. 2700 attack, 1800 defense. Let's see. Level 7 monster. Not bad stats. This is some late game stuff. Or you know what, not really. Like if you were able to get this on the board like somehow turn 1, and you can still use this effect to deal damage. I mean, Hazy Flame Griffin. If your opponent controls a monster and all the monsters, if any, on your side of the field and in your graveyard are fire, and only fire, whoa, you can special summon this card from your hand. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. So level 6 rare. Reminds me of the spell in the Fire Kings where it has less restrictions, but as long as your opponent has a monster on the board and you don't, you can special summon a Winged Beast, or Beast Warrior type monster from your deck to the field. It's a colorful card. I'm sure there are ways to make that work. Definitely sure there's ways to make that work. I'll be interested in. I have a lot of the cards. I've just never put this deck together, so maybe it's time to go ahead and do that. I mean, there's a lot of fire support now, and it's one of my favorite elements in the game. Battling Boxer Veil. Wow. Alright, what do you do? When you take battle damage, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, gain life points equal to the damage you took. Well, that's definitely going to get used. That's definitely going to get used. You're just getting it back. What's it? Super Heavy Samurai. Oh man, what's the name of it? It's like the one with the prep defense. It's like I don't know, it's not a better version of it, but I guess it's definitely an impactful one because you don't just take the damage. You essentially special summon it if possible, and then you go ahead and then get it back. That should save you, right? From the end of a duel. Like if you took 4k to the face, it technically shouldn't automatically be over because this card is still able to resolve. Alright, let's move on. I gotta look at that one again. Battling Boxer Rabbit Puncher. He's It's weird. At the start of the damage step, if this card attacks a defense position monster, destroy that monster. Alright. Battling Boxer Counterpunch. Let's see. Was that a dual disc? Man, it's got a dual disc. During the damage step of either player's turn, when a Battling Boxer monster you control is attacking or being attacked, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard. That monster gains 1000 attack until the end of this turn. Okay, so a hand trap essentially. You can only use the effect of Counterpunch once per turn. I can see that getting some mileage, at least one of. Battling Boxer Switch Hitter. Alright now. When this card is normal summon, you can target one Battling Boxer monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target. You cannot special summon any monsters during the turn you activate this effect, except Battling Boxer. So they lock you into the archetype. They're good at doing that now because they know how crafty the duelist can be with adding extra stuff, combining different things, so they're limited that to the archetype. That's actually really good. I mean, even at level 4, it's a warrior, of course. So I think you can still run Zubaba General if you really wanted to get a big attack monster on the board. But it literally does not limit this to any levels. It just says a Battling Boxer monster in the grave and just summon it. Wow. Battling Boxer Sparrer. If you control a Battling Boxer monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Well, see, there you go. If you do, you cannot conduct your battle phase for the rest of this turn. Oh, that hurt. But I can see its potential. I mean, you can still set up the board with it for an Exceed summon. You just won't be attacking for it for game or anything of the sort. Not bad for a rare though. Infernal Flame Vixen. Okay, it's a Pyro. 2 Pyro type level 4 monsters. Not bad stats. So rare. Once per turn, you can detach an XC material from this card. It gains 500 attack until your opponent's end phase. So essentially a 2700 attack monster if you choose to do so. When this card with 2500 or more attack is destroyed, target 3 monsters in any graveyard or graveyards so you can combine them and then banish those targets. That is actually really cool. Yeah, we can get some play out of that for sure. I've always had a problem time pronouncing this. Lavolvo. Lavolvo. There we go. Ignis. 2 level 3 monsters as a warrior. If this card attacks or is attacked during the damage step, you can detach an XC material from this card once per battle, and it gains 500 attack until the end of the turn, so 2300. Okay. Let's see what else they got in here. It's just the rare for them. Ooh, a numbers. Number 19, Rizadon. Dinosaurs are making their mark now. Once per turn, 2 level 5s. If an XC monster you control would activate an effect by detaching a material, you can detach a material from this card instead of one of those. An XC monster you control would activate its effect by detaching one. You can detach one from it. Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that in the anime. They were able to share. So it's 2 level 5s. I forgot what the other level was, but we only have 3 monster zones. Battling Boxer Cheat Commissioner. What is that? Megahorn. He's snazzy. Alright, what does he do with the bow tie here? 2 level 3 monsters? All monsters your opponent controls must attack if able. Okay. While you control another battling boxer monster, your opponent cannot target this card for attacks. It's like Staunch Defender. It forces them to attack, but it can't attack that one. When an attack is declared involving another battling boxer monster you control, you can detach the 2 materials from this card, look at your opponent's hand, then set 1 spell card from their hand to your side of wow. That is a cheat. That is like attack on witchcrafters to try to keep them from boosting hard on you. You can detach 2 materials, look at your opponent's hand, and then set a spell card from their hand to your side of the field. That's very situational, but that's actually really cool. It's really cool. Alright, SR time. Prideful Roar. During damage calculation, if your monster battles an opponent's monster with a higher attack, pay life points equal to the difference in attack. Your monster gains attack equal to that difference, plus 300 during damage calculation only. That's really cool. It is something that you have to think about though, because it's only during damage calculation, so it's very, very specific. You may be slowing your deck down a little too much to try to get that off, but it's nice. It's a nice effect. XC Wrath. Wow, he is being blasted. Alright, so it's a continuous trap. Once per turn, when a level 5 or higher monster's effect is activated, except during the damage step. So level 5 or higher, and you control an XC monster, you can discard 1 card, negate that effect, and if you do, destroy that monster. That is going to get some play for sure. That is definitely going to get some play. Like I just thought about like with the coin flips in the Desperado deck. Essentially, if you have an XC, it's a continuous on the board. This would essentially chain to that effect, even though if it's like a guaranteed heads. Discard a card and then negate the guarantee, even though it's spent, and then destroy that monster. And XCs are getting easier to put on the board now. That's actually a really cool card. They gave it a weakness as being continuous, but that's really good. Alright, Battling Boxing Spirits. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Then target 1 Battling Boxer monster in your graveyard, so it's a nice mill. Special summon that target and face up defense. Ooh. Yeah, I can see that getting used for sure. Especially send a top card in your graveyard, special summon it, so you have 2 level 4s. So I guess they have a level 4 XE. This is cute. This is buttons. Star Drawing. Spellcaster Earth. That's unique. If this card is used for an XC summon, you can treat it as a level 5 monster. Wow. An XC monster that was summoned using this card as a material gains this effect. If it is XC summoned, draw 1 card. Oh, that +1. Not bad. Not bad. That is actually a really cute card. That'll get played just because of that. Oh no, what? Fire King Avatar Arvada is in Duel Links. Let's go. Let's go. This just sold the box for me. There's all this new stuff in here. This will finish my Fire King. Yes. Yes. Fire King Avatar Arvada, and it's an SR. 1800, 200, just like the others. When a monster effect is activated while this monster is on the field, quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy 1 other fire monster in your hand or field. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target one fire beast, beast warrior, or winged beast type monster in your graveyard, except Arvada. Special summon it, but it has its effects negated. Also, it is destroyed during the end phase. Yes. High King. Yes. You can only use each effect once per turn. They just sold the box. It's a mini box at that, and Arvada can complete the build. Already hit King of Games without it. This is bringing this deck, Fire Kings, into tournament play. I guarantee it, you will see more of it happening. This is a really cool card. This is a really cool card. So happy they brought this in before any kind of power creeping could take effect, but this is really the meat and potatoes of the deck. Having that kind of defensive ability to negate, destroy, and you're not losing anything when you destroy Fire King monsters because they get their effects on destruction or like the turn after the destruction. This is amazing. That's really cool. That's really cool. Whatever else happens in the box, Arvada's here. Arvada's here and Fire Kings are top tier. Mark it. Alright, Balin Boxer Headgeared. When this card is normal summoned, you can send one Balin Boxer monster from your deck to the graveyard. Once per turn, this face-up attack position card cannot be destroyed by battle. That's really cool. I love that so many cards that can mill and shuffle around are being put in the game just to speed it up even more. This is what I'm seeing. Konami is wanting to speed the game up even more. Alright, a Fairy Exceed, Tyrus, Keeper of Genesis. 2 level 5s. That's not hard in the Agent deck for sure. This card's effects can only be applied or resolved while it has a material. This card cannot be destroyed by card effects. It's not bad for 2600 attack. At the end of the battle phase, if this card attacked or was attacked, target one card your opponent controls and destroy it. And then during each of your end phases, detach a material from this card. That is really nice. I'll be getting my hands on that. And I didn't know Vylons had Exceeds. Cool. Vylon Desigma. So I guess, yeah, Vylons. I have a bunch of those cards. Let's see what they got here. A Fairy 3 level 4 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach one Exceed material from this card to target one face-up attack position effect monster your opponent controls. Dodging that Dark Magician. Equip that target to this card. Yo. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles a monster whose attribute is the same as a card applied, destroy that monster. No wonder they made it 3 level 4s. That is sneaky. That is sneaky. That's cool. Again, Dark Magician dodges this, but I mean, that is really nice. Hazy Flame Basilitrice? I probably just nuked that. That is a crazy looking monster. A Pyro. That looks wild. Let's see. 2 or more level 6 fire monsters. 2500 attack, 18 defense. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card to target one monster your opponent controls or is in their graveyard. Banish that target. Man, what is all of the graveyard hate? I'm not happy to see any of that. Like, Fire Kings needs its graveyard. It's not okay. Like, didn't we just release DD Crow for that? Anyway. This card gains effects based on the number of materials attached to it. 3 or more. This card gains 200 attack and defense for each exceed material attached to it. 4 or more. Cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects, and 5 cannot be destroyed by card effects. So I mean, we only have 3 slots, so essentially you'll be using traps and spells, things of that nature, to be able to add materials to this to try to even get these other effects. But I mean, the effect that it has just for getting it summoned is wild. Numbers. Number 79, Battle Boxer Nova Kaiser. Wow. 2 level 4 monsters, so rank 4. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Battle Boxer monster from your hand. Excuse me, you can attach 1 Battle Boxer monster from your hand or graveyard to this card as a material. Wow. This card gains 100 attack for each material attached to it. When this card you control is destroyed by your opponent's card by battle or card effect and is sent to your graveyard, you can target level 4 or lower Battle Boxer monsters in your graveyard up to the number of materials the card had on the field. Special summon those. That's a cool reset. Reminds me of the magnets and how they end up coming back when their boss monster is destroyed. That's really cool. And it's 2 level 4, so it comes up to 2500 attack. Does not look like a boxer at all. I mean, you got brass knuckles. That is like a... Oh, there it is. Number 79 is on the side there. That's cool. Rekindling. Special summon from your graveyard as many fire monsters as possible with 200 defense, but banish them during the end phase. I mean, if the point is to get XC summons off, you won't even be concerned about the banishment part. That's a free special summon on multiple fire monsters with 200 defense. That's really cool. I have to see what decks I can abuse that in. That's gonna be nice. They made it a UR. This may have more of an effect on the meta than we initially think. Coach Soldier Wolfbark. You can target 1 level 4 fire beast warrior type monster in your graveyard, special summon it in face up defense. Its effects are negated. You can only use the effect of Coach Soldier Wolfbark once per turn. Number 61, Volcasaurus. Look at that power. That is a crazy looking card. Of course it's a dinosaur. 2 level 5 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach an XC material from this card, then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, destroy that opponent's monster, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. What? Let's see. Destroy that. Wow. Wow. This card cannot attack your opponent directly during the turn you activate this effect. Equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. I thought they were having everything. This says to just use the entire... So if it's 2500 attack, that's the damage they're taking? Because this is directly from the update on the box. This is nuts. 2 level 5s is not hard at all to make that happen. Wow. That is an overpowered effect. Let's see. 3 URs, 10 SRs, 17 rares, and 20 normals. Let's take a look at what they're saying about these combos here. Hazy Flame Griffin plus Hazy Pillar plus Hazy Flame Basiltrice. Or Basiltrice. Let's see, if your opponent controls a monster and all monsters on your field and your graveyard are only fire, you can special summon Hazy Flame Griffin from your hand, okay? Then activate Hazy Pillar so that you can normal summon your level 6 Hazy Flame monster from your hand in order to exceed summon, that's right, because it's both of them are 6, Basel Trace. And if you have a Hazy Flame monster in your hand or on the field, you can use the effect to attach. Ah, that's true, that's right. It does have that effect. With this, the attack will become 3100 and then it gets the extra effects. Wow. That is nuts. That is a cool combo. Not sure how often people will let you get that off considering Cosmic Cyclone is still the #1 card in the game. But hey, it's a nice combo. Alright. Battling Boxer headgeared with Boxing Spirits in number 79 Nova Kaiser. So first normal summon headgeared and activate its effect to send one level 4 Battling Boxer monster from your deck to your graveyard. Next, send the top card of your deck to the graveyard to activate Battling Boxing Spirits and special summon a level 4 monster that you just sent with headgeared and face up defense, and then exceed summon into Nova Kaiser. That's nice. That is nice. Oh, this is gonna be a nice box. This is gonna be an awesome box. Avatar Arvada. Fire Kings. I think that's the last card. Fire Kings is now ready to roll. That is sweet. Look, man, this is the last box of the year. Rage of Volcano. I don't think it disappoints. So, man, let's look forward to this box. It is releasing on the 9th, according to what they said. Get out there, use those gems, try to level up Axel. I think he gives like over 2,500 gems alone. So that should be enough to fish through the box, see what you can get, improve your meta. And I'll be back shortly and we'll be putting some decks together and show exactly how I improve my meta. Until then, this is AgentR, out.